Hey guys, Fooly Mudkip here. I am very new to the Pokemon TCG. I've been playing the Pokemon video game for quite a while since I did not start off with blue or red. Sadly, I think I started off as crystal version. And that's by far one of my favorite versions. But my second favorite would be Pokemon Emerald version. So I'm really happy about the remix about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Or I think it's the other way around, but I think it's like that. I forgot. But I'm here with the deck profile because this is my first Pokemon deck. It's semi-competitive. It's RayBoar. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard about this. The RayBoar was the M-Boar was the Fandango and stuff, and the Rayquaza being capable of knocking out anything in the game in one hit. This is also a deck with Dynamo. No, Tynamo, there we go, Tynamo. I forgot the other evolution, but it did the exact same thing, but except you used more electric energies, less than fire energy. So let's get started with the deck. It's the Pokemon lineup. We have 3 Tepigs. He is, I think he's the best Tepig because he has 70 HP, so he can't be knocked out like in one hit because of the standard 60 HP ones that most basics have. Just to show you, it has 70. Yeah, alright. And he has a move called Takedown. It requires 1 fire energy and 1 anything energy colors, and I don't know what to call it. And it's Takedown, and it does 30 damage, but he does 10 damage to himself. Next up, we have a Pignite. Pignite has 100 HP, which is sadly because you cannot search it out with Level Ball. He has 2 moves. It's Rolla, which is 2 colorless energy. That does 20 damage. And he has Flamethrower, which is 2 fire energy and 1 colorless energy, and it does 70 damage. But you have to discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. Next, the engine of the deck. 3 M-Boar. I prefer the one with the family. I think it's cuter. M-Boar has 150 HP. His ability is Inferno Fandango, and his ability is as often as you like during your turn, you may place as many fire energies as you want during your turn to your Pokemon. So you can just put like, oh, Rayquaza something. I'll talk about it later. And his move is Heat Crash. It doesn't do enough damage for 4 energy. It's 2 fire energy and 2 colorless energy. And it does 80 damage, but there's no knockback to it. So I guess that's pretty good. I was thinking about switching him out for the M-Boar. It's an M-Boar that doesn't have an ability, but it also has Heat Crash, but it does 150 damage. Just so when there's something, I can knock it out. But I haven't been having a problem so far. Next up, we're gonna have the other part of the engine. 2 Fennekins. I know, they're not the same. Bugs me a little bit. 2 Fennekins. They both have 60 HP. This one has 60 HP. This one has 50 HP. One has Will-O-Wisp, which is 1 fire energy, and it does 20 damage. The other one has Scratch, and it requires 1 fire energy, and it does 10 damage. And Live Cold it needs 1 fire energy and 1 colorless energy, and it does 20 damage. Next up, I do not run the Braxian. I run 2 Delphox, and Delphox is really, really good. He is my hitter just in case Rayquaza gets knocked out, and I've won a few games with just Delphox alone. Its ability is Mystical Fire. Once during your turn, you can draw till you have 6 cards in your hand. So if you waste all your hand, you can just draw 6. But and if you have 2 on field, they stack. So if you use one, it's like okay, you draw like the number of cards you use them up, then you use the other one. And his move, or his, I don't know what to call it. It looks more like a girl. Is Blaze Ball. It does 50 plus damage. It requires 3 colorless energy, well, 3 anything energy, and it does 50 damage plus 20 more for each fire energy. So if you have 3 fire energies already on it, it does 110 damage by itself. And then you just keep stacking it with fire energies. This deck usually loses the Pyroar because of this deck usually loses the Pyroar every now and then. But if I get the Delphox, like you usually just knock out the Pyroar in 1 hit. Next up, we have 1 Execute. Execute is just for discarding power for his propagation. And his ability, you don't use his move. It sucks to open up with it. It really sucks. You just want him to knock it out. Next up is Jirachi. Yeah, Jirachi. It has 90 HP. It is searchable. Also, Execute is searchable with Total the Fennekin's are searchable with low walls. Jirachi at 90 HP. Its ability is Stellar Guidance. It allows you to, when it's placed from your hand to the bench, you can add a supporter from your deck to your hand. Now, the boss monster of the deck, boss Pokemon, not monster. Rayquaza EX. Let's put it this way, so... Yeah, there we go. It has 170 HP. It has 2 moves, Celestial Roar. You melt the top 3 kit. You send the top 3 cards of your deck to the grave or discard pile. Sorry, I play Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's really annoying. And for every energy sent by that effect, they get attached to Rayquaza. And he has another move called Dragon Burst. Dragon Burst does 60 damage times the number of fire energy or electric energies that you send. So you always want to send fire in this build. You always want to send fire, not electric. I looked up, when I get really bored, I look up previous Pokemon, see if they copy any moves or something. This is actually, Dragon Burst is actually a reprint move of a Rayquaza EX back then. The exact same move, it was called Dragon Burst, but it did 40 damage for each energy you sent. So that's the Pokemon lineup. So then this is why Rayquaza is capable of knocking anything out in one hit because of Dragon Burst. Next up are items. We have 4 rare candies. This is why I only run 1 Pignite. The Pignite's just there just in case I don't get the rare candies, which I usually do. It's really rare when I don't get a rare candy. It's really annoying. And the rare candies are also for go Fennekin straight to Delphox. 4 energy retrievals because you always want to get your energies back. And these are game changers too. If you have Execute and a dead card in hand, let's say you have a dead card in hand and you draw this and you have Execute in your discard pile, you add it to hand, add 4, you can knock something out in 1 hit. Most likely, because 3 energies is 180 damage, besides if it's a Mega. Next up are 4 Ultra Balls. No, I'm still very new to the game, so I'm still learning the basics. Well, I know the basics so far, so... 4 Ultra Balls. You discard 2 cards to add a Pokemon to your hand. This is where Execute comes in real handy. Technically it's just discarding 1 card because of propagation. It resets each time it goes to the discard pile. Next up, 2 level balls to search out maybe a quarter of the deck, not the half the deck, but a quarter of the deck, just the basics and the Jirachi. 2 bicycles, just for that draw power. When even if it's just to draw 1 card, it's a good thing to waste it, just in case. Especially when you have a Delphox out. Next, we have 2 Megaphone. Megaphone is a really good card. I thought it was bad at first. When I first started playing Pokemon, I was just like, oh, this sucks. Because I started playing Pokemon like maybe a month ago. And Megaphone, what it does, it attaches all items, item tools, tool cards. It attaches all tool cards from your opponent's Pokemon, defending and on the bench. Which is really good. So if they have like 6 tool cards on their Pokemon, it sends them all to the discard pile. Next up, we have 2 Professor's Letter. Professor's Letter adds 2 basic energy cards from your deck to your hand. It's good to add the electric energies and a fire energy, if you haven't opened up a Rayquaza yet. Next up, we have 1 energy retrieval just in case we don't draw the superior energy retrieval. Next up, we have Palpad so we can reuse our supporters. 1 escape rope. I very consider this a cheating card. I don't think it's fair, because it's like if you have a Rayquaza in the back ready, it's like switch out. Okay, sorry. Well, what escape rope does, your opponent switches a Pokemon, and after they switch, you switch a Pokemon, and the card clearly states that the opponent switches first. So this is why I think it's a cheating card in the game, because it's like, oh, their Pokemon's about to die. Then you go escape rope. They switch a Pokemon that has full HP. And that's it. You most likely will have a Rayquaza like ready in the bag. You switch it to the Rayquaza and just knock it out, and it's just like, ah. Next up, we have 1 Super Rod so we can reuse Pokemon and energies. We have 1 Switch just in case if the Rayquaza is about to die or something. For Super Rod, I'm sort of debating. I sort of want to run a Sacred Ash. Because you really want to keep energies in the discard pile. And for my ace spec, I have 1 Scramble Switch. I have a computer search, but I really prefer this for this deck. My reason why is because sometimes when I need to knock something out, well, Delphox can do it. If Delphox can't, if Delphox does not have enough energy for it, you can just go scramble switch, take all the energies off, and put it through Rayquaza. And even if you don't have the electric energy, unless it's a Mega and it does like it's weak to Dragon, or something like that, or an EX, and if it can't knock out Rayquaza in one hit, you'll be fine. So you have a chance to get that superior energy retrieval or Professor Letter to get the electric energy to knock it out. Alright, so those are the items. On to the supporters. Supporters are the least cards that I run. Alright, 2 Professor Juniper. You discard your hand and draw 7. It's a Professor. 2 N. Both players shuffle their hand and draw how many prize cards they have. Which is really, really good. So if you're winning and your opponent has like 8, 10, 15 cards in their hand, because in Pokemon that's possible, not Yu-Gi-Oh! And you have 1 card in hand, you go N. You make them minus cards, but it doesn't hurt you because if you have Delphox out, you just draw 5 cards. Draw 5 cards, 4 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards, 1 card. So Delphox doesn't matter. Even if your opponent ends, like, oh, you're going to draw 1, and unless they knock out your Delphox, you're going to have a fresh hand when you draw your card or you're going to draw face. Next up, we have Triple Skyla to search out anything in the deck, technically. Anything in the deck. It searches a trainer card. And we have 1 Lysander. This is a great card. Lysander is an amazing card. It wins games. It's like the top deck that you need if it's like I need to knock out that 1 Pokemon, and then you chop like the Lysander or you get it from your prize zone. You're just Lysander, GG. I run 1. Some people like to run 2, but some people I'll agree they like to run 1. But I don't know. It's up to you. I prefer running 1. Next up, for the last part, we have energies. We have 2 electrics just for the Rayquazas. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fire energies. 8 fire energies for the Emboar, for the superior energy retrievals, the energy retrieval. You just basically what you do, you keep replaying your turn. You go Rayquaza, attach energy of return for electric energy, then you just spam Fandango to how much HP the opposing Pokemon has, and then you knock it out. Oops. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my first video for my Pokemon channel. I hope you guys liked or enjoyed my explanation of my deck. I had a friend help me out with it, so I'm really grateful for that. I'm hoping to be uploading more videos constantly, because I go to a Pokemon League every Monday to do more deck profiles, box opening, pack openings, whatever, so I can get some more views and subscribers, even though this is my new channel. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys keep looking forward to my videos so I can upload more and show you guys more things about the new stuff coming out. I will probably do a discussion of the new set coming out, Rising Fist. But in Japan it's something else, but over here it's called Rising Fist. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and Mudkip out.